round one match of Vanatir versus Terrangosu. Terran. I can't remember which way the name is now, but we shall see in game.
We'll check. We'll see. Alright, do you want to do the calling out? This is going to be much easier for me since I'm not playing in the game. I don't know what happens. It's difficult when you know what happens.
Actually, wait, I have to do the overlay, so do you want to do the...
Alright, yeah, I'll make it happen. You can count on me. In the bottom left-hand corner, spawning in as the blue Terran, we have I Love Flash. Who's that? Who's that? Do we know who that is?
I don't know.
It's just I Love Flash.
The replay says Gosu Terran.
Alright, I Love Flash it is. Spawning in the top right-hand corner as the grey-whitish kind of Protoss, we have Vanatir, who I believe is a German player. Sort of, may have heard of him, may have not. Yeah.
Yep, I think he's a pretty familiar face in the foreign scene. I think he's like a B rank Protoss. Yeah, German, as you said. Oh, actually, wait, is Vanatir the guy that has like a million IDs? And has like a whole team of him?
No, that's Mad. That's Mad. I think.
What, Mad AOV?
Yeah.
No, dude. There's definitely a German. Oh my god, I'm pretty sure it's Vanatir. Like, wait, is Enjoy Me Vanatir?
Yeah.
He is, right?
Yes.
Yes, it's him. Oh my god. Okay, I don't have the link anymore, but this guy has so many IDs. He has an entire team on IC Cup that is just him. There's like 50 players in the team, and they're all like his IDs. And it's real. And the funniest thing was that when the IC Cup Clan League was starting, one of the admins actually posted on his team page that was like, "Do you want to participate in the Clan League?" And he was like, "There's only one person on this team." It's like it's just only me, dude. I can't play in this Clan League.
That'd be amazing.
Oh man, I'm pretty sure it's him. Oh wait, Shinray's got it. He's got the link. Oh my god, it's the greatest thing ever. Yes, it is him. It's him. Look, there's 28 IDs and they're all him.
Crap.
He just made a team so he can keep track of all his IDs.
That's actually quite a good idea.
Alright, back to the game. I mean, nothing too much interesting happening. There's a probe up here. Oh, gets the mana pylon off. That's interesting. Nice. Also, this gas seems slightly early. Maybe it was taken to block a mana gas, you know what I mean? Because you can see the assimilator only just now finished.
Yeah.
And the refinery's been mining for a little while.
Yeah, very, very possible. And that's something, Terrans do that quite a lot. But he just went straight ahead and finished it. He didn't kind of leave that. I guess that makes sense. Get the extra gas in nice and early. And a second mana pylon going down as well. This is crazy stuff. But we don't have a zealot coming out. So slightly curious about this mana pylon. Do you know anything about this? Is it efficient if you don't have a zealot coming out to make mana pylons?
It's questionable, but in this case, he's trapped one SCV and he's blocking 2 patches, so that's like really good. And also, Marines kill these like pretty slowly as well.
Yeah, that's true.
And especially since he got another one that also trapped an SCV, like I think that's actually pretty good. At the very least, it's mega annoying.
Yeah, that is pretty annoying. And it just, I guess in the tournament it makes a big difference as well because you just kind of get on top of your opponent a little bit, and that always is worth doing. Oh, Ashley managed to kill an SCV at the factory as well. What a boss pro. So definitely, I'd say these mana pylons have paid off at this point because you add in the SCV, that's another 50 minerals down the toilet. So great stuff right there from Mr. Vanatir, managing to really be super annoying for I Love Flash in the early game. I Love Flash now going gas mining with just one SCV.
Wait, we have a hidden SCV. Oh, never mind. I was so hoping this hidden SCV in the top left was going to build a factory there, but it got spotted. That would have made my day. That would have just made my day, but unfortunately, Vanatir was on top of it and remembered that actually was in his base. Wow, this actually almost killed the pylon too. That's a lot of damage. Look at that damage.
Yeah. SCVs are actually surprisingly scary if you let them do their thing. Scare the hell out of me anyway. We now have the 3 SCVs coming onto gas for I Love Flash, but it's just going to be kind of expandy sort of a build. And Vanatir, he's got the 2 gates, and now he's got a Citadel Badoon coming in as well, so it's going to be some kind of DT sort of strategy. This is interesting. It seems a little bit late somehow.
Yeah, because it's because he got Goon range first. When you usually don't. So you're nice timing sense there. Like I would not have realized that was late, but you're absolutely right. It's I'm pretty sure it's just because he got that Goon range, meaning he had to wait for the additional gas before getting that Citadel. That's actually very interesting. And I think actually that's not... Like, usually I would say that's inefficient, but in this case, because of the map, like having the range goons is actually fairly important, I think, and obviously it means the Terran won't be tipped off to your build. So this is interesting. These two Zealots though are definitely going to tip off the build though. Those two Zealots coming across are very, very strange.
Yeah, they're going to look straight up weird. He is doing a sort of fake sort of frontal break with those two Dragoons. Maybe those Zealots are going to be a part of that, but I don't think that's going to be too beneficial. They should probably save those Zealots. Oh god, and this is so funny. He's got the Citadel, and then he's only hitting the Templar Archives. The Citadel's right there in plain view, man. Right on the main road, and then the Templar Archives is way off. Like, what am I doing with Citadel?
Yeah, I don't know the point of putting the archives there. I mean, if an SCV gets up to the point where you have the Citadel, it's almost certainly going to see the archives anyway. So, so could have just put it in the main base. I mean, it doesn't particularly matter. I suppose if this game goes to like 30 minutes long, the siege tanks could potentially hit the archives from outside the base, but that's fairly irrelevant at this point in the game. And it looks like the Zealots, though, tanking up a bit at the front. I'm not sure where these units were going.
Oh, we got a tank walking back over mines. That's not too good. These Zealots are now throwing their lives away needlessly, and a Dragoon going down as well, of course, because he needs to take the mines out in order to get the DTs through. There we go. Elegant, slightly slow on the uptick there.
So, unfortunately for him...
Oh, no!
Unfortunately for him, there's actually three mines left here, and another fresh Vulture are putting down more. So these DTs are not actually going to go anywhere, and I'm pretty sure that I Love Flash should know well, he obviously knows exactly what's going on, but because he scouted the Temple Archives. But had he not scouted the Archives, I'm pretty sure that move would have immediately told him what was happening with the DTs. So either way, he will be completely safe. However, that doesn't mean the DTs are a waste, because remember, Vanatir did not skip range. He already has range, and his Nexus is finished, and it's going to start mining, you know, roughly the same time as the Terran. And these DTs, even though they can't kill the Terran because he has mines and turrets, they will prevent the Terran from moving out for a really long time, because obviously there's no comsats yet. The Academy's only just started. Yeah,
remarkably, the timings actually haven't worked out badly, have they? Looking at how the expansions landed out, that's really not too bad for Vanatir. I don't feel like that should be the case. I feel like if I Love Flash had scouted a bit better, or maybe acted a bit better on his information, then he would have been able to get out there a bit earlier and get his expansion down. Not too sure about that, but it's worked out for Vanatir anyway. One way or another, he was able to get his expansion up at a decent timing, and he's got Dragoon range now as well. There's a mine, unfortunately, laid down in his third base, and he's just going to wander more Dragoons through more Spider Mines. He really needs to not do that. And there's another mine right there on the third base, so he's going to have to find a way of taking that out. His observers are still a little way away from happening, of course, as he's gone for the DT build. No observatory as of yet. Did he lose another Dragoon there? No, he didn't.
No, he took the mine out with that cute little hold position micro. Very, very nice there, using just the two Dragoons.
And then throws down the third base. I guess he's feeling fairly confident on that third base that he can delay if the Terran wants to move out. He can delay him for a little while. The comsats are going to be done in just a second here. And two comsats, they can provide fairly constant coverage if you use them a little bit sparingly.
Yeah, well, the thing is, in order to move out, I think he'd have to wait for at least 2 charges per comsat, so 100 energy, which again gives Vanatir just that extra bit of time to macro up a little bit and get this base safe. Notice he only has a single DT out on the map. He did not build a second DT, which I think is actually really, really good. Just the threat of the DTs prevents the Terran from moving out. You don't actually need to, you know, have the DTs. You just need to let him know that you can make DTs. So if he tries to go out, like, there might be DTs. You don't know if there are, but if there are, then and you move out, then you're dead. So the Terran can't really risk that. But obviously DTs are also quite expensive. Oh, just as I say that, he actually makes 2 more, which I'm not 100% sure what these are for. But the thing is, actually no, I guess since he's only adding gateways now, the extra 2 are good. So basically now, if the Terran does actually commit to moving out, he won't be dead. But oh my god, that's actually a lot of Vultures moving out. And the low Dragoon count means that could be a bit of a problem.
Yeah, this could be a real issue. Those Vultures are going to get right around to the small ramp, but there are 2 Dragoons blocking. If he micro as well, those Vultures shouldn't be really going anywhere at that ramp. But he actually has just moved them off from a complete block. So those Vultures could potentially do a little bit of a run by here, which would be very, very distracting, obviously, and could cause a lot of damage, especially with only 1 observer out on the map as well. It could be very, very problematic. But they're actually going around the other way, and they're going to meet a decent number of Dragoons, which should be able to hold their own right there. And yeah, they're going to just hold on to the high ground, and that third base is going to be and the rest of the time being. But little does Vanatir know that there is a little group of tanks coming around the back, 4 siege tanks, which can actually be very, very scary on this map. You get yourself in that little nook, kind of underneath the natural expansion, you can just siege away all day. It can be quite expensive to get rid of.
Oh, and Ob sees it, he's pulling the army back, but I think it's too late. Vanatir doing a really good job. But there is a DT though! There is a DT that's just running straight up to the tanks. I don't know if you saw it. There he goes, attacking on the siege tank. There is the scan. Doesn't quite finish off the siege tank, but the probes have all had to evacuate the mineral line. But this is such an annoying position, as you said, just getting in that awesome little spot there below the natural, laying mines to block the ramp. Basically, the Protoss has to walk all the way around to the other side and attack from the Terran side of the map. It's just such an annoying position here on match point. And while this is going on, we do see the third command center starting here, and Ops actually gets taken out there. So I think Vanatir knows he might just go for the counter attack here. He has no real efficient way of dealing with this attack.
Yeah, no, it would definitely be expensive. He'd need a shuttle to really deal with this properly, but he isn't even making one. That would really, really help him in this situation, but he doesn't seem too interested in doing so. So he's just going to, as you say, go around for a counterattack. But again, the Terran shouldn't be vulnerable to this. The Terran should be very, very well set up to deal with the counterattack. As you can see, he's got some mines down. He's got Vultures, he's got 3 tanks. His counterattack is going nowhere. There's a DT that's going over there to clear out that Vulture in Vanatir's natural. So that's going to get rid of the vision that I Love Flash has on the natural expansion for a bit at least. And he's going to be able to go down there and have a hack at the siege tanks as well. But this counterattack is not well advised. He might be able to clear out a couple of lines. That is just about it. Meanwhile, we have Arbiter Tech coming in for Vanatir as well, and Terran about to set up his 3rd base, and his factory count starting to go up now too. Starport already on the map.
Interestingly, Vanatir just taking a 4th base now. Still don't know how he's going to clean this up. The Goons wisely decided not to actually press the issue here. I mean, he saw with the Obs that there's no way for him to break up there, so they're just going to go here for the flank attack. And finally, a few speedlots coming out. Maybe that's what he was waiting for, the speedlot upgrade. I wasn't actually checking the Citadel for when that would finish, but here we go. Finally going to clean this up. Looks like the tanks might actually just be going for the probes. Yeah, looks like going to grab a couple of more probe kills here before being taken out, but finally does clean that up. And the bottom right base also about halfway on its way. So it looks like we're going to see a longer game here on match point. Let's see, 92 supply now for the Terran against 104 for the Protoss. Still fairly even.
Yeah, this really isn't too bad for either of them at this point. It's just sort of pushing along, a little bit of backwards and forwards, but the Terran has managed to work from a bit of a disadvantageous position there, and was able to do a little bit of damage to Vanatir's economy. And that natural expansion was actually out for quite a long time, so that was a bit unfortunate. Now Vulture getting into the bottom right hand corner base as well, causing a little bit of trouble there. Those Dragoons pushing across the middle of the map need to be really, really careful. He needs to not take big mine hits to that Dragoon plant, otherwise that could be really, really problematic for him. All the tanks are now in siege as well for I Love Flash. This would be a very curious timing to push out. I don't really see this happening.
Yeah, he hasn't completed any upgrade. I mean, he's going roughly when his +1 is going to finish, actually. His +1 is going to finish before he gets across the map. So, I mean, that's a timing, but as you say, I don't know if it's necessarily a good timing. He's doing some nice harassment, though. A couple of Vultures in the natural, 3 more Vultures going into the main base. Looks like Vanatir mostly distracted with the ones in the natural. The probes in the main base are not running for some reason. Actually going to lose a decent number of these, and the Vultures in the natural are still alive as well somehow. Looks like finally going to take these out. Actually not doing quite as much damage as I expected, but also giving I Love Flash a complete vision of the main base. Meanwhile, the bottom right base is finished, not quite mining yet.
Yeah, not just about. He's going to be getting over there right now, and yeah, that could have gone a little bit better for the Protoss. I feel like he's looking just slightly edgy in his defenses. He's not looking that well kind of prepared, and he's looking like he hasn't got his mental kind of game that well in check. There's a little bit of panic going on there, I think, against that Vulture harass. So he needs to kind of just calm down and play a bit more steady. But the Terran is now taking up the high ground position, and that's lovely for Terran. When they can grab that, they can really start to exert control over the top half of the map. And it would be nice if Vanatir at least could stop him from doing that. But I don't think Vanatir has the army right now, excuse me. And I think that this is going to be I Love Flash's position.
Yep. It's actually interesting because if Vanatir went through the narrow entrance into the up the narrow ramp, there's actually like nothing there, but of course he doesn't know that, so he's just going to chill in the middle of the map. That's absolutely fine. We actually have another probe here at the 12 o'clock, perhaps thinking of taking this base already pretty quickly, but I mean, he does basically have map control here. He's got 2 Arbiters now with this army, a decent sized army in the middle of the map, 155 supply. Looks like, oh, what is this? Oh, we have air weapons, but I don't see any, I don't see a fleet beacon.
What have we got? No, just more gateways.
We have the triple forge at the mineral only as well. That is some serious upgrading action going on.
That's crazy upgrading. But it kind of makes sense. You go, oh, no, please don't do this. Oh, this is going to get bad. It is the observer right there. Okay, the observer does catch up. But I don't see those Dragoons going too far, but it's always good to do a little bit of mind clearing. Another base going down now for Terran as well. And this is the really important one for him. He wants to get that extra gas base and just make the most of that control he's managed to gain over the top half of the map. Francis is going to be able to get a base down at the 6 o'clock as well. And he is researching recall as well. And not a minute too soon. He needs to find a way of starting to exert some pressure. And of course, recall is the #1 way to do that as the game gets into the later stages. Some missile turrets going up in the Terran main now as well, though. He is very, very aware of this danger. He knows he can't be pulled around too much. Vanatir is scouting quite nicely as well, keeping an eye on the top half of the map, making sure they're in another sneaky base going up at the 12 o'clock, which is always hard to clear out.
Yeah, and interestingly, the Protoss is taking the 6 o'clock base. I don't think this is actually siegeable from the main, so that's actually good for him. But, you know, it's a very curious base to take, and there's a lot of anti-recall defense going up, as you said. And, oh, it looks like Arbiter goes in, it's like, whoa, hell, no thank you. Nope, yeah, right out of there. Although, he's going to the natural. Here we go, Nico! Oh my god, that is a gigantic recall. Even recalls a friendly Arbiter to die, unfortunately, but here we go. The natural expansion is lifted. Things are blowing up. Zealots are running amok. A lot of Vultures were here, though. They were laying anti-recall mines, so they're going to help clean this up. But where's the main army? Oh, and the main Dragoon army is coming in from the front as well.
Yeah, that main Dragoon army is going to come in maybe just about on time as those tanks get over there. If those Dragoons can get up that ramp before the tanks get to the top of the ramp, and this could be some serious trouble for I Love Flash. He can actually take a huge amount of damage just in one fell swoop right here. Vanatir, oh, just not quite getting up the ramp right there. He almost made it, but now he's just going to have to let those units that were recalled in fend for themselves, and they're going to be cleaned up pretty quickly. After doing some decent damage to the natural expansion, but not managing to get the command center, unfortunately, so mining is going to start again there pretty quickly. But during that time, he has managed to get his 6 o'clock base up. He needs to get ropes over there now and get that mining, but Vanatir is still in a nice position. The top left-hand corner for I Love Flash is now up 2, but the defense is looking a little bit shaky up there on the high ground. It is very unfortunate that Vanatir actually recalled his second Arbiter in, otherwise he could really start to exert some heavy pressure right now.
It's actually really unfortunate that he didn't kill the command center. I'm just trying to think what he actually did kill now, because he killed a bunch of SCVs, but he didn't even get all the SCVs. I mean, he gets some units, some SCVs, you know, a bit of lost mining time, but that was a huge recall. And as you said, that second Arbiter, which presumably had a decent amount of energy, was lost as well. This one only has a 90 energy at the moment. Still going to be a while before it gets a recall. I wonder if I Love Flash actually knows about the 6 o'clock base, though. He's not making any move towards it. Actually, no, the engineering bay, I think, should be barely in vision, maybe. Let me unvision Vanatir. Okay, he can see the cannon there, so he probably knows what's going on.
Yeah, I'm sure you will, but there's no real way you get over there. Oh my god, look at that Nexus positioning.
What the?
The 12 o'clock.
What the hell?
What in the name of all that is good and holy? I don't know what's going on there.
He's gonna build 2. He's gonna do the double Nexus strat.
Yeah, for mass probes. Unbeknown to I Love Flash, Vanatir's gone all the way around to the top left-hand corner base, and he's going to immediately force the lift right there. I feel like I Love Flash would have done well to get at least a couple of mines on the ramp, at least 1 or 2 siege tanks up there to kind of hold this off while the rest of his army arrived. It looks like he will definitely lose his command center at this point now as well, so there's super upgraded Dragoons with 1-1-1. So Vanatir's army is actually quite powerful, and I Love Flash in response is looking like he's going to head out across the map, and he's actually going to head down for the 6 o'clock base by the looks of it for his watch. No, just going down there to lay some mines while the army of Vanatir is occupied. And Vanatir needs to get his army out of there right away, otherwise he's going to find himself quite badly set upon.
This is such a strange position because most of the Protoss armies at the top left, he might actually be able to recall them back. Oh, let's get an EMP goes off on the High Templars. I know Storm for that guy. I don't know if he has any Arbiter with enough energy. He does! He's going to recall in the middle only. Recall! Wait, just kidding. Recall! He does recall the main army from the top left. Only a few units remaining. To be honest, he could have actually just run down here instead of recalling, but I mean, it's what's done is done. And looks like, though, the Terran army is counterattacking, sieging down the mirror only, perhaps going to take out all the upgrading things as well. But it looks like the recall has mainly been cleaned up and again does not kill the command center.
Yeah, the command center actually took almost no damage whatsoever, and the High Templar all died without doing anything at all. I don't know if he's even researched Storm. There's an Arbiter doing something or other over the tanks, but those tanks have now established a lovely position, and I Love Flash is now able to completely divide Vanatir's portion of the map. He's going to cut off the 6 o'clock and the 4 o'clock base as well, kind of 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock base, and Vanatir is going to have real trouble getting that positioning back because I Love Flash can just hold that basically as long as he likes. It's going to cost Vanatir a lot to get up there. Vanatir did do a decent job, though, it seems, of getting rid of I Love Flash's bases, but I Love Flash is going to be able to replace those pretty quickly, whereas Vanatir will have no such luxury.
Yeah, Vantage is sitting on a ton of money, but at one point he was down like 50 supply. Once he lost that main recall, he's still down like 40 supply right now. The mineral only Nexus here is dead. Sorry, the forges are under attack. The bottom right base is under attack. It's gonna fall here unless DD can kill everything. And now 4 tanks going to the 6 o'clock. This is perfect splitting of the units by the Terran. Once you win the decisive front engagement, looks like a few mines scaring Elegant there. But once you win the big engagement there, you can afford to actually split up into smaller groups like this as long as you're paying attention and don't just like lose a bunch of stuff to 1 DT or something. But you can definitely afford to split this. And look at this, he's taking down all the bases for free. 1 base at the bottom right down, 6 o'clock base almost certainly going to fall unless these goons can run down super fast.
Yeah, that's the problem with PvT. If you don't keep a really good handle on your positioning, you can just suddenly lose everything. You won't go, oh man, this is why I hate spider mines. Vanatir is taking some nasty Spider-Man hits right there, weakening a lot of his dragoons and losing some of them, and might be able to save that next third.
He needs to shoot the Nexus! Shoot the Nexus! He needs to shoot the Nexus! Oh, he's not shooting the Nexus. The Nexus could have fallen, but it is saved.
Finally, some storms going down, and the Nexus does survive. He's still got a couple of probes in there as well, somehow. I don't know how they made it through. The bottom right-hand corner base is complete toast. The mineral-only third is complete toast. Also, there is 1 lone forge upgrading. He's kind of scaled back on his massive upgrade plan. And like any government, just drop all the upgrades when you're in trouble. He's gonna head on over with just a small amount of zealots and dragoons right there to try and take on these bullets. He's getting 1 little nice mine hit, but it's really not going to be a big enough army, I don't think, to do anything serious. As long as I Love Flash Macro is in good shape, but I Love Flash Macro actually isn't in the best condition. You could do with getting a few more factories for the vulture pump. Excuse me, since it's got so many extra minerals in the bank.
Indeed. Oh, hold that thought. We're going to have a big engagement here. Huge storm massacring the vultures, but it doesn't matter. There's still too many tanks in the back line. They are 2-1 upgraded against 1-1-1 of the Protoss. The 12 o'clock mining at off location. The 6 o'clock restarting mining with just a handful of probes. I still cannot understand this 12 o'clock base at all. Elegant cannot either, it seems.
It's actually got me laughing now that I looked at it. It's just so absurd. There might actually be space for another Nexus up above that Nexus. That's how bad that placement is. He's now going to melt some more units on these spider mines. He needs to get his observer leading the army a little bit better than this. Surprisingly, I Love Flash really hasn't got too many units. His macro really has slipped off just a little bit. He could have a lot more vultures out on the map right now than he does. But Vanatir, I still don't think he's too well advised to try and push all the way in here.
This is not a good idea.
Very far. But nice storm goes down on the SCVs. That's going to do at least some economical damage. Now's the time probably to pull back, and he does in fact pull back. Now the plan from here on in for both these guys has to be to consolidate, surely, because they're both finding themselves a little bit ragged at this point.
This is such a crazy situation because the Terran player has like a 50 supply advantage, but again, he's on the defensive, as you say, and he's basically mining on only the mineral only right now. He's actually building another command center there to float to the top left, whereas the Protoss, again, is also basically just mining from the 12 and almost mined out natural expansion. He could potentially remake the Nexus at the mineral only as well, but with so few units, it's going to be really, really tricky, and both players actually still floating a decent number of minerals despite their shattered economies right now. It looks like a few vultures just running around, of course, in these small engagements. The vultures are extremely cost efficient. Oh, it looks like +2 now done for the Protoss as well.
Yeah, Terran's slipping a bit on his upgrades actually noticeably. He's got 2 armories, but they are not working right at the moment. 2-1 has finished, but since then he seems to have got a little bit stalled. He's got another command center going down his base as well, so presumably he's going to try and grab the 6 o'clock base as well, which can be good for Terran. It's fairly easy to hold if you can just sort of get there.
Yeah, definitely.
Have the map dominance now to do that. Look at the size of Vanatir's army. It's just minuscule by comparison to I Love Flash. I Love Flash with 144 supply and Vanatir with only 104. That is a rough position for the Protoss. And look at that big ass army coming down across the high ground. Vanatir is going to be quaking in his boots, and he's throwing away more units in the meantime on mines. Just about getting away with it there. Just about. Only very, very close.
Yeah, it looks like perhaps going to deny the 6 o'clock base for a little while, but he has to be careful because this big army is moving towards the 12. I'm pretty sure I Love Flash knows about this, and that's going to be easy pickings as soon as he goes over there. I love this like 7 probes on the gas thing, you know, to make up for the off location Nexus. That's pretty cool. And by cool, I mean a little bit ridiculous. But the command center now almost up here at the top left. I don't know why he hasn't actually sent anything there yet. Looks like a scan in the middle just to check for the positioning of the Protoss army. Looks like the Protoss army, it's so small, and it's even split into two halves here. For some reason, half of it went down to the bottom right, perhaps to clear out any potential spider mines. But now the 12 o'clock base is completely forfeit because of his poor positioning with that army.
Yeah, this is a very bad position though. I feel like even if he had good positioning with his army, his army would have just rolled over and died. So maybe the best thing for him to do is just to stay out of the way. Otherwise, he would have lost right then and there. His only option is to try and somehow engineer a superbly good engagement.
Oh, the tanks aren't sieged. The tanks aren't sieged! The siege is late, he could go in here. Where's the storms? Where's the stasis? There are the spells. I need a Psy Storm. There's one Psy Storm. Can we get another? But oh my god, there's just no supporting units. And GG from Vanatir. Good spell usage in the end, but too few units in the army.
Yeah, far too few. I mean, when he got split across the map right there, and Isla Flash was just able to steamroll all his bases for free, taking out 3 bases in one go. I mean, it just immediately went down the pan very, very quickly. That really didn't take very long to go very wrong.
Yeah. I'm actually trying to think how he got so far behind, because he was, you know, at the normal position where, I mean, I guess he was pretty much maxed out against like 170 supply of Terran army. And he made 2 huge... I'm actually fairly convinced now that those 2 huge recalls he made were really, really bad.
Yeah,
because he lost a lot of units. He didn't really kill anything useful, like the command centers in either of those. And, like, I guess his macro follow-up wasn't enough. Maybe I actually didn't keep track of how many gateways he had at the end. I'm not sure if you noticed how many gateways he had. But
no, I didn't see.
When you go for those big recalls, obviously you're committing, you know, let's say at least 2.5 control groups to 1 recall. And you lose them like very, very quickly typically. So you have to have like the gateway infrastructure to back you up to re-macro them if you know the Terran's going to counter push and that kind of thing.
Yeah, it's just he just lost far too much army in those recalls, and he like the second recall I feel was quite misguided as well, because like getting in the 3rd base, he really. It's always good to get rid of the Terran economy, especially when they're pushing you, don't get me wrong. But you have to have some consideration for surviving the process, which he just didn't. He needed that army back home to try and hold off the Terran. He needed good positioning.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And, well, that is that. So I guess Vanatir's out, and I Love Flash, or Terrangosu, or Gosu Terran, or whoever this guy is.
Whoever he is,
is making it through.
Going through to the next round. In between games, I'm just going to quickly. I think I'm going to switch my mic because people are getting really insulting and it's hurting my feelings. So I think I'm going